Have you noticed how streaming has been getting more and more annoying as time progresses? More platforms are made, prices hike, and many more problems arise. What started as an upgrade from cable TV but is now something people are beginning to dread. Hey, what's up guys, TechVid here, and today we're discussing streaming's downward spiral, right after the intro. Before we discuss the problems with streaming, we should look at how we got here. Before streaming, everybody used cable TV for streaming. This came with its own downsides though, such as mandatory ad breaks, having to be at your TV when your favorite show was airing, no play pause ability, and so on and so forth. Some of these problems could have been solved by purchasing a DVR, which would record your favorite shows for when you were busy so you could watch later. However, most of these would be an extra couple $100 for a model with a hard drive built in. And for the ones that recorded on VHS tapes, you'd have to actually buy said VHS tapes. This is where streaming came in, promising ad-free convenient content, accessible anywhere for as low as $7.99 a month for Netflix. This was revolutionary for 2011, as it meant you could watch your favorite movies and TV shows from your laptop, iPad, or smartphone, no cables attached, without even being near your TV. However, this would begin to go south about 10 years later. There's too many platforms. Nowadays, when you want to watch something, you can't just open Netflix and find it. You have to search across the various platforms that exist now. Back then, most people would have had a maximum of 4 platforms, which were Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and Prime Video, just to name the big 4. However, nowadays, there are way more platforms, with the average American household paying for about 5 to 6 platforms monthly. This is caused by the fact that nowadays, everyone, their mom, and their pet dog owns a streaming platform. There's the big 4 that I mentioned earlier from 2011, but now there's also Disney+, Paramount+, Apple TV+, Peacock, Hotstar, and the list goes on. The streaming market has become far too saturated, and the only thing saving it is content exclusivity. The content. Content exclusivity, the practice of having specific shows only on specific platforms, has been a savior for streaming and a bane for media preservation. Due to the exclusivity of shows like Squid Game, The Witcher, and Bridgerton to streaming platforms, they never got home media releases, meaning that whenever Netflix decides to remove them from their platform, the shows are lost to time. The number of shows this happens to has only been increasing in recent times, meaning an increased likelihood of many fan favorites becoming lost media. Shows split across various platforms. Speaking of content, have you noticed how some shows have been split across platforms? This is a rather recent failing point of our current system of streaming, due to how many platforms there are. Due to the way licensing and streaming rights work, some shows have to have some seasons on one platform and others on another. Some famous examples of this are the rebooted Doctor Who series, Criminal Minds, the various Pokemon shows, and Haikyuu. This issue is a stellar example of why we shouldn't have so many different platforms. The price of streaming. The last issue with streaming we should discuss is the ever-growing cost. Back when Netflix introduced its streaming service, it started at $7.99 for HD content with 0 ads that you could access anywhere, anytime. In the Big 26, however, it starts at $8.99 for the exact same HD resolution 15 years later, but now with ads and a limit of 2 devices being signed in simultaneously. Another example could be Hulu, which started at $7.99 for the premium subscription. Yes, there used to be a free version. However, Hulu has always had ads. Nowadays, Hulu starts at $11.99 with ads, the only upside being that we now have 4K streaming. Seeing all these price hikes and the lowering quality of the service, people have understandably been ditching streaming. But for what? The re-rise in piracy. In recent years, the amount of media piracy happening has been increasing, signified by an increase in the number of visits to piracy sites per year. Now, here's my mandatory disclaimer about how piracy is illegal and you shouldn't do it. You wouldn't build a car, would you? You wouldn't steal a car, would you? However, people still do. But why? The best reason I can give you for why people still pirate is given in the following 2010 interview with Gabe Newell.
Piracy is about people want to steal stuff from you, right? But when you look at the fact that these people have, $2,000 PCs, they're spending $50 a month US or more on their internet connections, clearly they're willing to spend money. From our point of view, what we saw more and more is that piracy is a result of bad service on the part of game companies.
His thoughts about how piracy is a service problem are very relevant in this modern era as streaming platforms keep getting worse and people begin leaving. However, piracy isn't the only solution people have found. let's go back to the future. People have begun looking online and thrifting for old DVDs and CDs of content they want. Whether it be shows, movies, or music, collecting physical media gives people a sense of ownership that the copy of Max Keeble's Big Move is theirs forever. No company can take it from them just because of licensing rights. Many people then watch these DVDs with older DVD players or laptops. Some even copy the video content from a laptop to their iPods. And some, like me, back up the content to an old computer to create their own personal streaming platform. The choice is really in the hands of the content owner. So as we can see, there is a major problem with streaming, but you aren't left without a choice on what you can do. There are various solutions out there, and a large community supporting physical ownership of media. And hey, if you still prefer streaming, go for it. Each individual has their own choice to make. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay safe. Bye!